Hi, welcome back to my channel. I splurged a little bit, just a little bit. My toddler, well, he just turned 2 in November and my baby is going to be 6 months at the end of February. So anyways, since my youngest was born, I went back and forth on different types of double strollers, and I was looking at the Graco Ready to Grow stroller. It was like it had an attachment in the front for a toddler, and it had like a smaller seat on the back end for a baby, and then there was also like a little step in between the wheels where like an older child could actually like stay there and just stand there. And I just found that so cool. But the problem is or the inconvenience that I had with that situation of a stroller was the fact that all my stuff is with Evenflo, and my car seat is Evenflo because I bought a stroller car seat combo and it's all Evenflo. I maybe should have gone with a Graco from the get-go, but Graco is just a little bit more expensive. And anyways, there was just a certain style of stroller that I wanted back then, and the Evenflo back then made more sense for me. But knowing what I know now, I know there's an Evenflo which there's a girl that I know that's the one that she has. You can actually add a second seat on her particular stroller frame, and it came with a car seat and everything, and that's what I should have gone with because like I knew I was gonna have more kids. I just didn't know I was gonna have them this close. But anyways, long story short, I was looking at that model, the Graco Ready to Grow stroller, and there was also like a different model on Amazon that I was looking at from the brand Baby Joy, and it had like a normal seat in the front, and it had a seat on the back as well that could kind of fold down as a bassinet, which I really loved that idea. But I mean, on the same token, you don't use a bassinet, I find, for that long. So I was like, well, I almost bought that one though. Like I was real close to buying that one. I don't think that stroller would have worked in the long run, but anyways. And we almost bought a second stroller just for our oldest, but at the same time, like, it would have been great, but I'm often alone in public with the kids, so it wouldn't have served me any better, just because my husband works full-time. So like I'm often alone with the kids in public, and I like to take them out and everything. But I don't mind baby carrying at all, but sometimes it just gets a little tiring always baby carrying. So eventually I started looking at wagons, little wagons, and there's so many options, and they vary from $100 to $1,000. Like the prices are all over. Every single model of wagon that I looked at, I always circled back to this one. So I did my research. I didn't just like impulsively buy it. No, like I did my research, and I was like, you know what, I know I'm gonna have a third child anyway, and this will literally serve us for so long. And my baby's gonna be 6 months this month anyway, so he's gonna be sitting pretty good by himself soon anyway. So I mean, that just works. That's perfect. And there's also an attachment you can buy to put the car seat on it as well, which I don't think I'll need, but it's always a great option since everything that I have is with Evenflo, even my high chair and a couple of my baby carriers as well. And literally, I'm gonna get to unboxing. I'm just kind of rambling a little bit. What sold me the biggest selling point on this particular stroller, like besides being the same brand as my pretty much all my baby stuff, is the fact that you can convert it from a wagon to a stroller. And the reason it was such a big selling point to me is because I am often alone in public with the kids. I want to be able to see my kids at all times. I don't trust people in public like that to be able to like be comfortable with the fact that my kids are behind me and I have to watch where I'm going and all that jazz. I'd rather just be able to see my kids at all time, and that was the biggest selling point for me. Oh my god. So anyways, I'm gonna get to unboxing, and just to see if it feels rugged, if it doesn't feel cheap. Like I just want to see, and especially the wheels. I really want to see the wheels. Oh my god, I've watched so many videos on this particular wagon, and I'm just so excited to finally have it. it feels really solid. Like, wow, it just, first impression, yeah, it's wow. The material is so nice, holy moly. Cool. Alright, so first impressions, okay, not that bad to assemble. So it folds pretty compact, but it should fit in my car anyway. Yeah, so to open it's not that bad as well. The wheels feel really sturdy, like it is advertised as an all-terrain. They really do feel durable. The material really feels high quality. Like honestly, I'm impressed just by touching the wagon. It really does feel high quality. So I'm really happy with that. What I want to do though, I want to use it for a few months and then actually do like an opinion video on it, because I know like there was a few people that I watched video of, you know, I just had like general minor complaints about it, which weren't deal breakers for them necessarily. But yeah, no, let me just unfold it. There, I'm just gonna unlock the wheels, and then the front goes like that. You can extend this. You can also swap it as a pull wagon. I'm probably going to use the stroller mode more often. And then there's a storage basket that you can put on either side of the wagon. So it rolls really smooth. Like it's really, I really love it so far. I don't regret my buying decision. And you have two SPF 50 canopies for both kids. And you also have a three-point harness for both kids. So yeah, so here's the clip for putting this into pole mode, and then here this is just to unfold the wagon itself. So you have a cup holder here, but yeah, like even the handle, you have the button here to pull or push. This is nice because most wagons only have one tray and then two cup holders, like whatever, to avoid fights or tantrums between siblings. I mean, I'm gonna take it. So they actually have a place for their feet, so they're not gonna have like their legs flat and kicking each other all day long. There's more cup holders here. I know like one of the complaints was like, oh well, they can't nap in this. So I mean, obviously it would be a really good option to have a napping wagon, but at the same time, like worst case scenario, you just put a little, like a blanket that you just have all folded neatly in there, and you can technically still have a child napping there if very necessary, because I know sometimes nap time can be on the go. So you do whatever works as a parent. And yeah, so they have 3-point harnesses, which is amazing. Oh my god, no, I'm actually really impressed. Like even this just feels so high quality, and like, oh my god, wow, I'm just so impressed. But yeah, so anyways, that was all for the unboxing and just like first impression video. I will use it for a few months and actually make a video on it to see what I like about it, what I don't like about it. And I know like one of the things as well I'm gonna point out, because this could be a small inconvenience for me. So like apparently the Graco version of this had a bar in between the two wheels, and it was good to like curb hop, so especially if you're pushing versus pulling. And I sometimes do that because it just depends where I am. If I'm like going to Superstore, for example, well, it's not like every single if you follow the curb, it's not like every single part of the curb that is like flat with the pave, right? So I don't know if that makes sense or not, but anyways, so sometimes I'll just like take my foot on my stroller and like my leg where the basket is, and then just kind of like not really do a wheelie, but you know what I mean. Anyways, so that was like one of the complaints for this one. But like once again, I could have gone with a Graco, but then I wouldn't have the option of eventually buying that piece for the car seat if ever I wanted to do that. So like I just want to have something that just gives me options, because pretty much everything else that I have that is like bigger items are Evenflo, so like it just made sense to stick with the brand anyway. But yeah, like overall I am really impressed. It just really feels solid, very high quality. And oh, and another thing too, so if you look at Best Buy, Canadian Tire, Walmart, Amazon, they all retail around $599, like around that mark. I've watched this item for probably a few months now, and it was on sale for $340. Like it came down to that at the time of my purchase of this item. And yeah, so like I just kind of watched the price, but I've also seen it for $479. Like the price very much varies on Amazon. But yeah, like the $340 was the cheapest I've ever seen it on the website, so that's when I bought it. But yeah, so I cannot wait to go to the mall. I cannot wait to go if I need to go to a store and just like browse, or I just have like a few items to buy, I will take this definitely. If I'm doing like a full-fledged grocery, I normally put my toddler in the cart, and then I'll baby wrap my baby, so then I have like the room in the cart for groceries. But like I just try to like plan every time I go out and like see how I'm gonna coordinate the kids, just because not all stores have carts, and there's also stores that don't have carts big enough to put in a car seat. So like it just depends where I have to go or whatever. But yeah, so anyways, I try to coordinate everything with every day. But yeah, anyways, so happy to have purchased this, and I should have a review video in a few months on my channel to see if it's actually worth it, because I'm going to take it to the beach, I'm going to take it to the zoo, I'm going to take it to the Coliseum, to the mall, walking trails. Like, I'm going to take it everywhere, especially even like road trips. Like, I am taking this everywhere. So I will have a review coming for you soon. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.